Red Sox, Yankees, the Boogie Down Bronx, baby. Game 1. And it starts tonight as we welcome you back inside our Salem 5 studios. Travis Thomas, the Kasey Hudson, and then Nat Gordon of the Play Tessie podcast joins us. How you doing, my friend? Good to have you in studio with us.
What a day.
Yeah.
What a day. Let's have a day today.
Let's have a day.
Let's have a day.
Let's have a day.
It's a big day.
All right, so look, good news, bad news. Good news, game 1 tonight. We're turned up for it. We'll talk about it. Let's start with the bad news. Lucas Giolito. Dude, yesterday Alex Cora, so matter-of-factly. Hey, by the way, Giolito's out for game 3, elbow issues. What?
Just so casually.
Huh?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Forgot to mention. It was one of those vibes. Hey, just forgot to mention.
Yeah,
this
like,
thing.
what's your reaction when you saw that yesterday? I saw you were all over it in terms of Twitter. I think you broke the news to me, quite frankly. What the heck,
He broke
man?
a lot of news yesterday.
Yeah,
actually.
he's always on point.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gut punch. There's really no way around it. I mean, you've gone this season on your 3 big arms, Crochet, Bello, Giolito. When the Red Sox have been at their best, it's when those 3 guys are giving you quality starts, they're giving you innings, they're resting your bullpen, they're keeping you on top, and now you're gonna have to find a way to win the most important games of the season with really 2 known commodities here in the starting rotation. Obviously, you've got Connolly early and Kyle Harrison who have shown flashes, but that's what it is here right now is flashes, and you're sort of taking shots in the dark in those games started by those guys, but you got to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
So it really starts with these first 2 games.
Yeah, you mentioned the big 3, and that's basically the coattails we've been writing all season long, establishing trust behind these guys. But it has been talked about, it has been solidified that Bello is your hands down 2, and these guys just need to take 2 wins, hopefully off the top here. Where does your confidence lie in that? Because Bello's been receiving some criticism as of late. We talked about it last week, actually. Like, can you trust this to be game 2 scenario for Bello? So where's your confidence shake?
Yeah, I mean, obviously full confidence in Garrett Crochet. That dude's been your horse start to finish, right?
Yes.
Like, not even a hiccup. First time throwing this many innings in his life, and you wouldn't know it. With Bello, I mean, obviously he was terrific the whole season, but September it was a 5.4 ERA. You know, obviously hasn't been his best, but that said, a lot of that was on short rest, on 4 days rest. Now he's got the full 5-day rest. Hopefully that makes a little bit of a difference. He's had the Yankees number. I mean, it was back-to-back 7 shutout innings before his last start against them, which was not his best. I think it was 5 innings, 4 earned. But, I mean, you got to put your faith in him. That's what you have to do as a Red Sox fan. It's what the organization has to do. He's gotten you to this point, and he's going to be the guy, if the Red Sox are going to move on, that you need to get a really good start out of.
Yeah, he's got to overcome adversity, too. I mean, that's part of this. He hasn't been pitching well lately. Game 2 for Bello is going to be huge. You have to figure out a way to win that. Okay, I want to play a little fill in the blank with you.
Ooh.
Sox win this series if. Sox lose this series if. You can start wherever you want.
Well, Sox win this series if Crochet gives you a great start in game 1.
So you have to win game 1.
That's where I start the series. The Red Sox will live and die in this series with the outcome of game 1. It's their true and this could be the answer to Sox lose the series if too, because if the Red Sox lose game 1, yeah, they're going to lose the series as well.
Yeah.
Because okay, let me start here. The Red Sox need to take game 1 to take the series. The Yankees don't need game 1. The Yankees can win the series with losing game 1. The Red Sox cannot win the series if they lose game 1.
I think that lands with me. In fact, I'll go deeper in game 1. I said this to start the show. I think early on we'll know if the Sox are going to win this game or not. I think we all feel as though Crochet's going to do his thing. But this Yankees team feels mentally not as strong as last year's team. They're not as good as last year's team either, period, across the board, okay?
No Juan Soto.
Right. So here's where I'm at with this. I think if the Sox can come out, get some run support early for Crochet, he gets the lead, I think you can take the Yankees' heart in game 1. That's the formula, I think, to win game 1.
Yeah.
To that, you say what?
No, I mean, if Garrett Crochet exits the game with a lead, which I expect him to, because
Me too.
Garrett Crochet has dominated all year, and he's dominated the Yankees all year long. I mean, the Red Sox are 4-0 against the Yankees this year in games started by Garrett Crochet.
Right.
I don't expect that to change. So even though, yes, like you might think in theory the Yankees have the advantage in a series that the Red Sox have to take game 1 to win, I think the Red Sox are going to take game 1.
So oh gosh. I just
There's a lot of exhaling going on.
Yeah, because
it's
listen,
scary.
He's not wrong though. If they lose game 1, you have all your eggs in Brian Bayo's basket at that point. And then, oh, by the way, if he pitches well and you win, then there's a question mark in Game 3. Game 1 is so pivotal for this team.
All right. Well, let's stick with Game 1 for a minute, and let's stick with some of the other statistics or themes that tend to ride along Garrett Crochet. That's the fact that he's got run support versus the Yankees specifically when he is going against this team. It's been a high-scoring affair, except for one matchup on June 13th where it was 2-1. So we know the batting lineup is taking a bit of a hit with the injuries, and they're still kind of trying to figure out what really works for them. Where does your confidence lie with the batting lineup?
Well, it's going to be tough. They are 26th in baseball against left-handed pitching since the All-Star break, and it comes as no surprise, obviously, with Roman Anthony down. He's a left-handed hitter, but he hits both sides of both lefties and righties.
Right.
It's going to be an ugly-looking lineup, to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
I mean, the lineups against lefties that they've put out there, they've had Nate Eaton in those lineups. They've had Nick Sogard in those lineups. Obviously, you're going to have Ref Snyder, Romy Gonzalez, who have been great against lefties all year long in the lineup, and it's going to probably take benching some of your better players. Like Masataka Yoshida might start this game on the bench. Wilyer Abreu might start this game on the bench. And Nathaniel Lowe might start this game on the bench. And it's going to be crazy to look at. But facing two of the premier lefties in the sport, that's how they've approached it. That's how they approached it last series. And I think that's how they're going to approach it this series. So, you're going to be relying on some guys without any playoff experience beyond just those guys, too. Even the better players on this team don't have playoff experience. So you're going to be relying on guys who maybe it benefits them. Maybe they're running around not knowing what they're doing and they just, fall into a series win here.
Just play.
And maybe follow Alex Bregman's lead. It's like, come follow my lead here. Yeah. I'm Alex Bregman. This is my 100th playoff game. Let's go.
Yeah. Listen, it sounds like the pitching matchup is really going to be the key in this game, obviously, with two absolute just the pitching matchup. Look at the numbers between these two guys. Kasey predicted 5-3. I predicted 4-3 Sox. The money is on the under in Vegas, 7.5 the total in this. So everyone's thinking low scoring. As you look at these two going head-to-head, Gordo, break down this matchup for me between these two guys.
Well, it's a great matchup storyline-wise, too, because these were two of the guys. These two guys were acquired by these teams in the offseason within days of each other. Obviously, the Red Sox made their push for Max Fried.
That's right.
And when they missed out on Max Fried, they went after Garrett Crochet. Maybe they were going after both. I don't know. But the Red Sox get Garrett Crochet, their horse. The Yankees get Max Fried, their horse.
Yeah.
And these are two of the premier left-handed pitchers in the sport. And they're going to go toe-to-toe here in a huge Game 1. And, yeah, you said, what, the over-under is 7.5 today? I'm taking way under. I'm going to take 2-1 Sox tonight.
Oh, my God, bro. You're going that under?
I'm going that under. I really think it's going to be that much of a nail-biter.
Oh my God. Well, now I need Alex Bregman to come through in the clutch. I predicted, I said, look, I know he's sick and all that, but you said all this postseason experience this guy has. What I'm expecting from him, I don't think he's going to hit for the cycle here, but I am expecting late in the game, chips on the table, couple guys on base, he comes through for you. What are your expectations for him in terms of, if you're picking 2-1, someone's got to score those runs. Who's it going to be for the Sox? Is it Bregman or otherwise?
It really could go anywhere. Yeah. I hope it's Alex Bregman because that would give this team the confidence it needs. Seeing that guy come through in the playoffs, it's like, okay, we're going to be okay because we have that guy. But they've got guys in the lineup that have come through in big spots all year. Like we saw Nick Sogard come through with a walk-off. Like we've seen Nate Eaton even come up with big hits. Rob Refsnyder has some enormous hits for this team this year, as does Romy Gonzalez.
Sure.
You could see Masa Yoshida's been the hottest hitter on the team. Pinch hit spot late in the game. Maybe he comes in against Devin Williams late. I don't know. But the Red Sox are going to have to come through in these spots without striking out. Put the bat on the ball late in the game. Make the Yankees field their positions. Oh. That's how the Dodgers said you had to beat them last year. It's the same thing this year. That's
sounds
how you're
like
have to beat
small
them.
ball, Gordo. Imagine that concept.
I would say, well, you talked about the mental of it. You're predicting low scoring.
Yep.
Aaron Boone referred to Alex Cora and company as the little engine that could, but I like to look more of it as this team that you can't count out because of how scrappy they are. And they're going to fight to their dying breath. Is that something that could give them an advantage now that they're going into this matchup, being discounted? Now with the Giolito news, it just seems like there's cards stacking against them, but we've seen them respond in the best possible way majority of the time.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the roster comparisons. I mean, the Yankees, they have the better roster in the series of healthy players. But they don't have it's this indescribable it factor that this Red Sox team has had all year long. Right when you want to count them out, when they trade their best player, they, for whatever reason, and maybe it has something to do with the leadership in place, having one of the best managers in baseball and Alex Cora at the helm. And you'll see him at his best in the postseason, as we've seen in the past.
Right.
But this team, when you want to count them out, when you think they're going away, when you think they're going to fade out of the playoff picture, they push right further in than you thought they could get. And, hopefully we see that here. Alex Cora is going to manage these games super, super aggressively, kind of like you saw on Friday when he yanked Kyle Harrison in the 4th inning and bullpenned it the rest of the way, and it was a masterclass, and it won them a game. Like, they literally won that game because of how he managed it. You'll hopefully see that in this series.
Gordo, I think they're at their best when they do that. When he manages aggressive, when this team is aggressive at the plate and not just swinging for the fences and actually just going for contact and trying to get on base and manufacture runs, I actually think that's when the Red Sox are at their best because they are a scrappy team. That lends itself, managing that way, hitting that way, lends itself to a scrappy type of formula. And I think that's when they're at their best. Let me ask you this question, because I'm looking around again at this AL, and I ask everyone the same question of who in the hell do you trust? Outside of Seattle, which is one team that I do, here are the matchups. Detroit and Guardians, we know Sox and Yankees. Winner of the Guardians and Detroit goes to Seattle. Winner of this series goes to Toronto. AL, big picture, who do you trust out of all these teams?
Well, it's got to be Seattle. They're the most well-rounded team on paper. They've been, save for the Guardians. Because the Guardians, I don't know what's up with them. I don't know what kind of tomfoolery is going on out there in Cleveland. Like, they just don't lose, and their roster says they should lose games, and they just don't. And we just have to accept that they're going to win games. But the Mariners have been doing kind of the same thing. And people haven't been talking about it as much because maybe they had that division sort of wrapped as the last week of the season was approaching. You sort of expect them to win games because, they've got one of the best starting rotations in the league. They've got a really good back of the bullpen, and they've got a really well-rounded lineup. So, if you want us to talk about trust, I trust the Mariners, and I'm willing to just wait and see what the Guardians do. But the thing is, that's going to solve itself early because if the Guardians get through the Tigers, now you've got them going head-to-head, and one of them's going to go.
Hopefully it goes the distance, and they're weak as hell after the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays in the next round. See how I did that?
There you go.
Forecasting. I like it. You're forecasting.
That series goes 5.
Yeah.
While we're sticking with the forecasting theme for a second, I did want to ask you any predictions for Game 3. If it's, early's game, if you trust the young arms that are going to have to be relied on into that mix, and just kind of, I don't know, can you breathe knowing that we've seen some good things, but this team is going to be contingent upon this young talent, sooner rather than later, if we haven't already done so.
You may see all of them. In a Game 3 scenario, could you not? You could see early Harrison, Tolley, you could see all of them.
Yeah. I'll give you a weird prediction for Game 3. Just because Connolly Early, assuming he's the dude that's going to pitch in that game, he's going to be on 4 days rest for, I believe, just the second time all season for him. And he did it against the Rays, and they pulled him a little bit early, clearly because of concerns with his pitch count. My prediction here for Game 3 is even if he's the Bolt guy, I don't think he starts the game. I bet they start it with a righty, maybe Greg Weissert, get through Aaron Judge, and then go to the lefty.
It's like a bullpen game.
Yeah. It's like an inning from Weissert, then hopefully you get 4 or 5 from Early, and then you're in a spot, hopefully, where you're winning, where you can go to your big guns, Slayton, Whitlock, Chapman, and finish it. Obviously, that's a perfect world. Let's be honest with ourselves.
That would be so stressful, bro.
It's probably going to be more of a bullpen game because the second he shows even a slight bit of tire, they're going.
Yeah.
It's all in.
All right.
I appreciate the take, though, because, immediately when the news came out, it was like, it's Early's Game 3 more than likely, but you have to be a strategist in this match.
I don't hate his game plan. It's just stressful. But but look,
it's been stressful.
Exactly.
It's not what you want in a must-win. You want a starter that you can count on.
And here's the reality. If you get to 3 with the Yankees, it's going to be stressful regardless, right?
Yeah.
Let's go there, prediction-wise. I'm taking Sox in 3. I feel like you're thinking Sox in 2. Am I wrong about this? Are you seeing some heroic Brian Breo?
Are you trying to wish that upon him?
Well, I don't know. I'm feeling him out here. What's your official prediction for the series?
It's just so tough. Call it fence riding, but I really do think it's the flip of a coin in a 3-game series, because you think back. Think how the regular season goes, right? Like, you'll see the Red Sox win all these series, and then the Pirates come to town and they beat the Red Sox in a series. Anything can happen when it's only 3 games, in the same way that anything can happen when it's 1 game. So it really is the flip of a coin. On Play Tessie,
Where'd you go?
I did pick the Yankees in 3 on
You
Play
did?
Tessie. I did. But it's really...
Why?
Because on paper, just looking at the roster, and it's what I said earlier, if the Red Sox win Game 1, they can win the series. If they don't win Game 1, I don't see how they do it. And so that automatically right there puts the Yankees in the driver's seat. Now, that doesn't mean the Red Sox can't win the series. Again, it's a coin flip here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of it hinges on what happens tonight in Game 1.
It does. I mean, look, not to be like the guy that if you lose, it's like a moral victory, but the reality of this season, all the injuries, Kasey and I talked about this earlier, injuries, trades, all kinds of drama. This team couldn't get out of their own way for the first half of the year. It felt like right before the All-Star break, they figured it out. Like, hey, you made the postseason. So if you go out, what we hate is losing to that team.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're losing to the Tigers here, there's no shame in it. If you lose to the Yankees, we're all ticked off. But if you do go out, if you bow out here, look at all you've gained from this season, the adversity you overcame, and your young nucleus get some playoff experience here. Gordo, the championship window's wide open after this, right?
Oh, 100%. And yeah, we'll look back on this season as the year that they traded Rafael Devers and made the playoffs, and then did whatever they did when they got there. But even if they go out in 2 games here, like obviously, yes, we will be distraught that they lost to the Yankees. Like it's an emotional viewership experience.
Yes.
But that said, you'll look back at it a month from now and say, oh my God, they traded Rafael Devers and then they made the playoffs on the back of Roman Anthony until September.
Right.
Becoming one of the best players in baseball, and that guy's locked up for 9 more years.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not a moral victory, but it's like, hey,
It's a successful season.
it feels like a win-win either way to me.
Yeah.
It's just the Yankees.
No, yeah,
You know what I mean? And you see what they're doing with the tickets? How dare you? That's a soft
That's why I
team,
need them to
Gordo.
win
I'm
even
telling
more. I need them to win even more to respond to all of that.
you. I know. All right, 4-3 game 1, 5-3 game 1.
I'm feeling weird about the 5-3 now, but I gotta go.
Well, how
I gotta
can we
go
not?
With, yeah.
How can we not feel weird? He's picking 2-1. It's a rock fight here. 2-1, right?
Yeah.
I'm
2-1?
going 2-1 Sox
All right.
in Game 1.
All right, there it is. What are your predictions? Call us 617-790-0928. Remember this, on Nesson, we have pre- and post-game shows throughout the postseason. Roll with us. Here's the schedule here. I mean, let's just face the facts here. We have all the business here on Nesson.